I'd like to open up our call for nominations for council president. I see council member Katz has his light on.
Thank you. See that? I already learned something here, right? Well, thank you very, very much, Mr. President. And I, too, would like to join and congratulate you for a wonderful year as you. And if I can speak for Tom for just for a moment, I don't know if he's going to let me do that for very long, but I did want to thank each and every one of you for welcoming us as nicely as you have, and of course for the few months that I sat. I used to joke that my office was the third row, first seat over in the audience, but I actually got to sit and watch each and every one of you, not only on television but live, and I have to tell you, it's truly an impressive body. But I'd like to put into nomination this morning the current vice president of the council, George Leventhal, who, as we all know, is serving his fourth term as an at-large member of the county council. I've known George for many years. I've seen George and work and his fine work over the years, and I'm very proud to call him my friend as well. He's the chair, as we all know, of the council's Health and Human Services Committee. He's responsible for programs that affect all of us. They affect the sick, the poor, the elderly, the homeless, the disabled, the mentally ill, and abused and abandoned children. He's worked as well as libraries and the arts and humanities. He served on the Planning and Housing and Economic Development Committee, which oversees zoning and master plans, among other topics. And as we all know, he, just like many others, are dedicated to Montgomery County. He's truly a champion for health care for the uninsured, housing for the homeless, green buildings, mass transit, clean energy during his time of office. Prior to being on the county council, he certainly served as a chairman of the Montgomery County Democratic Central Committee and legislative director to U.S. Senator Barbara Mikulski. And he's lived in Montgomery County most of his life and owns a home along with his wife, Soraya, in Tacoma Park. And they have their two sons, Daniel, who's a graduate of Montgomery County Public Schools, and Chico, who's currently a student at Montgomery County Blair High School. But it is truly my honor to place into nomination, if that's the right term, I don't know the right terms up here, but to place into nomination my good friend, George Leventhal. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Councilmember Katz. And I see no other lights on, so ladies and gentlemen, all in favor of, actually, I will close the nominations. All in favor of Councilmember George Leventhal being elected as president, please raise your hands. And that is unanimous. Congratulations, Mr. President.
Thank you, Mr. President. Thank you very much. We will now have a call for nominations for the office of Vice President. And I see Councilmember Navarro has her light on.
Thank you very much. Congratulations to my outgoing Council President Rice, and welcome and congratulations to our incoming President, Councilmember Leventhal. It's really an honor to be able to serve with you. I would like to place into nomination my dear friend and woman in the fight here, Councilmember Nancy Florine. She was first elected to the County Council as an at-large member in 2002. She chaired the T&E committee until 2010 when she became the chair of the Fed committee. She was also appointed as commissioner for the planning board in 1986, where she served until 1994. Councilmember Florine has been a tireless advocate for affordable housing, for improving our transportation infrastructure and our economic development climate. As Fed chair, she has presided over one of, if not the busiest terms for land use and zoning issues of our times. And she has done it with grace, with efficiency, and with an eye to making sure that we get things done. Under her leadership as Fed chair, the council not only approved more master and sector plans during a 4-year term than ever before, but we also approved a new zoning code during that same time span. So you can be assured that she does not shy away from tons and tons and tons of work. Montgomery County is better off because of Councilmember Florine. She has worked to make communities stronger, and she has led the effort to increase economic opportunities for all. And to me, that's a really, really important legacy. I move to nominate Councilmember Florine as Council Vice President.
Are there any other nominations? If there are none, I will move to close the nominations without objection, and we will vote. All in favor of Councilmember Nancy Florine serving as Vice President, signify by raising your hand. And that is unanimous. Congratulations, Vice President Florine. And at this time, I'm going to present the customary gavel as a token of our thanks and appreciation for the excellent service of our immediate past president, Craig Rice. Excellent. Okay, let's switch seats. Okay. Thank you, Sydney, for your very kind words, and a very sincere thank you to my good friend, Craig Rice. Craig led us well this past year. He's always friendly and courteous to our constituents and to each of us. He conducted the council's business professionally and expeditiously. Let's have another round of applause for our immediate past president, Craig Rice. And warm congratulations to our new council vice president, Nancy Florine. We are going to have a great year. Another election is now behind us. Some people may think that the November election results demonstrate that Marylanders are fed up with taxes, but I don't see it that way. I think Marylanders and Montgomery County residents want to know that their taxes are paying for a government that works. Richard J. Daley was the mayor of Chicago for 21 years, from 1955 to 1976. His slogan, "The City That Works," came from his attention to the efficient delivery of city services, as well as his efforts to ensure a healthy business and job climate so that Chicagoans are employed. And I want Montgomery County to be known as the county that works. We are ready to work with Maryland's new governor. We want a state government that works, and we want a county government that works. We are not Congress, and we are not going to engage in petty partisanship at the expense of our efficiency or our productivity. We want results, and we want a county government focused on customer service. I was glad to hear County Executive Leggett, in his speech yesterday, focus on strengthening our economy and streamlining bureaucracy. We want to generate jobs so that everyone who wants a job will be able to get one. We need to take a hard look at workforce development. We have a disconnect between workers who need jobs and employers who need workers. Some are still feeling the systemic effects of the recession and need retraining and skill development. We must have a more robust training or unemployment program. I want to see us do a better job of marketing this great county. We should be marketing ourselves as an international gateway, where no matter where your company is located in the world, we can identify highly educated and skilled workers who can do business with you in your language. That is among the characteristics that sets Montgomery County apart from other affluent jurisdictions. Our international population, more foreign-born residents than any other county in Maryland, right at the doorstep of the nation's capital. We need to focus on being a more globally oriented economy that serves the national and worldwide market, not just local populations or the federal government. The most important thing we can do to improve our economic competitiveness is invest in our transportation infrastructure. If workers can get to jobs faster and easier, more companies will locate and stay here. Our message to our new governor must be that building new transit and improving our road network creates jobs and strengthens local entrepreneurship. There will only be new business startups in Littonsville, Long Branch, and Tacoma Langley if the Purple Line is built. We have staging requirements in place that will prevent the Great Seneca Science Corridor from realizing its economic potential unless the Corridor Cities Transitway is achieved. We won't see a thriving White Oak Science Gateway unless we provide express bus service along Route 29. These remain our county's top priorities, and we will not retreat from them. We want to be sure that we have equity and fairness in contracting. Disparities in contracting exclude valuable talent. I congratulate Mr. Rice for making procurement and disadvantaged business reform a priority of his term as president, and it will be a priority for mine as well. The two task forces established by Councilmember Navarro will report on these topics during my presidency, and I look forward to enacting legislation to address disparities in contracting. Healthcare is a huge job generator, and we are home to 6 hospitals, the newest of which opened just this year. And of course, Montgomery County is home to a wealth of companies, large and small, in the field of biotechnology. But we need to diversify our industries to keep pace with evolving technologies and attract more cloud computing, cybersecurity, big data analytics, and advanced communications. Environmental technology also creates jobs. In 2007, I co-founded Bethesda Green, which today houses a green jobs incubator with new companies creating new jobs every day. In 2013, that little incubator supported 38 jobs and generated more than $1.1 million in investment capital. I want our county to push the leading edge in energy efficiency, greenhouse gas reduction, and technology development. On environmental issues, the County Council has been and will remain in front, pushing the envelope. We have a bill pending to ban styrofoam, another to restrict toxic lawn chemicals. We are putting local government at the forefront of environmental protection, above and beyond what other jurisdictions are doing, because we want to have the cleanest, safest, healthiest county in America. And let me tell you, ensuring a clean and healthy environment is economically beneficial as well. Our beloved state of Maryland is known as the land of pleasant living for many reasons. Among the most important of these is our delicious seafood. We know that if we want to continue to enjoy crabs and oysters and rockfish and make sure our children and grandchildren enjoy them as well, we must eliminate toxic and harmful runoff that makes its way into Chesapeake Bay. And I look forward to working closely with Roger Berliner and Tom Hucker in the coming year to continue our county's environmental leadership. This council is going to act, and we are going to hold the government accountable for results. How? Primarily by measuring outcomes. We are going to continue to rely on our excellent Office of Legislative Oversight to help us assess what is working and what needs improvement. Early in 2015, OLO will assist us to develop an inventory to assess where service delivery gaps exist in mental health services among for-profit, not-for-profit, and government-provided service providers. And I'm delighted that Sidney Katz will be taking a leadership role in addressing the ongoing crisis in mental health service delivery. We should be taking an outcomes measurement approach throughout county government, very much including our school system. I want to say to our school system, our public schools are the pride of our county. We all want to provide the funding necessary to ensure good outcomes for all students. We understand that growing populations of students with hard-to-meet needs are leading to huge pressure on MCPS resources. But before we begin our annual dialogue over how much money above the state-mandated maintenance of effort minimum threshold for school spending we can afford, we need to begin discussing what changes to the maintenance of effort law we might all support, so that the County Council doesn't worry every year about being penalized for doing the right thing for education. I'm also looking forward to working closely with our Annapolis delegation to maximize the amount of state aid for MCPS's capital budget. If school overcrowding forces construction moratoria, that could endanger our state and our county's emphasis on job creation. We're going to act right away to ensure accountability and results by establishing an ad hoc committee on liquor control, chaired by Hans Riemer and including Mark Elrich as Public Safety Committee Chair and myself as Health and Human Services Committee Chair. OLO will assist us in developing a report with recommendations for how to proceed in this complex policy arena. Effective communication with our constituents is key to providing excellent customer service. One of my goals is to develop a better and stronger working relationship with our faith communities and our clergy. The county executive has an interfaith community liaison as well as a faith community advisory council. I want to work with those entities, and this year I'm planning a county council town hall meeting specifically for clergy. One communication tool I would like to propose to our faith community is an electronic bulletin board where clergy could share ideas and concerns with each other as well as with county officials. And of course, we will continue our innovative efforts to communicate in television and streaming internet broadcasts and social media as well. I share Nancy Navarro's strong interest in expanding our outreach to people of all language backgrounds, and I am impressed with the progress we and our staff have made recently to this end. My commitment to sharing ideas and concerns extends to all of my colleagues as well. My door is always open to each of you. That's a figure of speech, but if you find my office door is literally closed, please knock. If I'm inside, I will interrupt whatever I'm doing to hear what's on a fellow council member's mind. More importantly, each of you should expect to see me in your offices, finding out how you think things are going and which direction you think the council should take. When the council president speaks, he or she should be speaking on behalf of the body after consulting the body. If you ever feel surprised by something the council president says or does publicly during my year in the position, I'm falling short of my goal, and I encourage you to let me know. I want to thank from the bottom of my heart my wife, Soraya Leventhal, and my father, Dr. Carl Leventhal, who are here. I want to thank them for their love and support, and I love you both. And I sincerely want to thank each of my colleagues for placing your confidence in me. We are going to work together. We are going to produce. We are going to get things done. We are going to show what it means to be the county that works.